Oh boy, yet another week. I just can't seem to shake these off, can I? Um, okay, let me think what the subject of today is going to be. Well, I know actually. I'm just sort of, winding you up that I'm pretending to make it off the cuff when I know exactly what it is I'm going to talk about. This was actually prompted by a delivery of my driving change management course Journey 4 to a trainee in Australia who said how much she enjoyed the actual session. So, what I've done is taken the following directly from the slides from that journey. Okay, so let's go, Joe, shall we? We all know how important people are in the change process and how they need to be communicated with and consistently engaged. This is what that people have been calling the people side of change. Yep, that's what it was called. Okay. I now, and have done for some while, believe that that phrase has served its purpose and it may no longer be the most accurate way to describe what truly happens to people during change. So, a while back, I decided to use the phrase people science, right? Which I've now decided to call the people science of change instead of the people side of change, because I think it offers a more precise evidence-based framing that acknowledges the profound influence of psychology, behavioural science and neuroscience on people. I consider, this is me personally, of course, others may have a different view. I consider that there are three pillars of the people's science of change, but they are all very much interrelated. So first off, there's psychology. Okay, psychology is the scientific study of the human mind and behavior, exploring how thoughts, feelings, and motivations, influence actions. It covers conscious and unconscious phenomena, utilizing methods like observation, experimentation, and testing to understand individuals and improve mental health, relationships, and daily functioning. The second pillar is what I consider the second pillar. Behavioural science. Sorry, I'm going a bit mad nowadays. Behavioural science. What is it? It's a science, obviously. It's an interdisciplinary field that uses observation, experimentation, and evidence-based analysis to understand why it is that humans act the way they do, by drawing from psychology, economics, sociology, and anthropology. It investigates how social, cognitive, and contextual factors influence decision-making, habits, and actions. Hang on a sec. I need some water. That's better, but it's warm. The third pillar, neuroscience, which is a multidisciplinary scientific study of the nervous system, focusing on the brain structure, okay, that's how it functions and develops, and the pathology. It spans from molecular biology to behavioural psychology, investigating how 86 billion neurons form networks controlling thought, memory, and movement. This field aims to understand understand neural mechanisms, diagnose disorders, and develop treatments. Right. Shifting to the people science of change is not just about a change of word. It's not just about semantics. It's about fundamentally evolving how we approach change management to make this transition meaningful. Here are some scientific theories related to change management. Okay, activities such as whatever, such as, told you I was going mad, such as leadership, impact, communication, training, and reward. They're all components of change management. So let's take each one under each subject heading. So under leadership, you have what's called the social learning theory, which explains that people copy what leaders say and what they do. When leaders are visible, change feels safer. When they are silent, uncertainty fills the gaps and rumors do the talking. Under impact, you have what's called the cognitive appraisal theory, which explains that resistance grows when change feels like a threat to either role or identity or competence or workload or even status. Impact assessments surface these risks early. The next one, under the heading of communication, you have something called the dual process theory. This explains why one announcement only rarely works, but repeated two-way communication helps people reframe meaning over time instead of responding defensively. Then, under the heading of training, you have the self-efficacy theory, which explains why confidence drives behavior, generic training increases stress, role-based training, on the other hand, at the right time, builds people's confidence. Then, under the heading of reward, you have habit formation and reinforcement theory. This explains why good intentions disappear during busy periods. Feedback, rewards, and clear consequences help new behaviors. So, shifting to the people side of change, as I said, it's not about just semantics. It's about evolving how we approach change management. Okay, so just to sum things up, a guy called Rory Sutherland, this is quite an interesting quote, an expert in advertising and brand strategy, would you believe, who is the vice chairman of Ogilvy, once said, "The human mind does not run on logic any more than a horse runs on petrol," which kind of sums things up for me, which kind of sums up the people science of change, doesn't it? Okay, relatively short one, well, not quite medium. Also, next week, not a bleeding clue. I just don't know. If something comes to mind, fine. I'm actually away next week, so I'm visiting the family, so I may not have time, but we'll see, shall we? Okay, that's it again, folks. Thank you very much for your time.